waiting for me, which I doubt. I went for a walk this morning. We've been told we're not allowed to walk. I mean, you are allowed to walk, but not too far. But I took the car and I went to a gorgeous place nearby, my home, kind of like a 40-minute drive from my home, and walked up into this gorgeous woodland, and I looked for signs of spring, because spring is all around, which is lovely. Anyway, so today, I'm just going to start my chat again. Today we are going to look at the third ingredient that I've been talking about. I talk about when we build relevant, meaningful lessons for our students. There are 3 ingredients, and I've talked about these ingredients, several times. To making it successful. When I talk about ingredients, I mean, there we are, fancy lights. How do we make it successful? How do we make it genuinely engaging? And engaging is not the only thing. It's actually engaging. Engagement can be quite a difficult concept and a dangerous mindset if it's this, as long as it's engaging, it's working. That's not true. But how do we make it relevant and meaningful to the students as well? And so the first one we've talked about is environment. And we're going to go over that again, like next Wednesday, for example. I'm doing a natural world stream, both morning and afternoon, and how we look at the context of the environment in terms of modelling the natural world. But the second is mechanics and structures. How do we then build into that world the mechanics and the structures that make our world function? And the third, which we haven't talked about yet, is narrative. And that's the 3 things: environment, structure, and mechanics together, and finally narrative. How do we tell stories that make our children want to move through our world and learn? How do we tell a story that makes our children look at this world and go, what do you mean this is for maths? And we say, well, it's a maths world, but it's got this cool zombie apocalypse story in it. And they're like, oh, zombie apocalypse, I'll do that. The story matters. And in fact, the story matters in any way. One of the things I've learned in all of my adventures in education is that story matters always. And so so one of the things I think we need to explore as part of these streams is what that looks like. And so to do that, I've got us a world, which is, and hang on, I'm just going to switch something off because there's a thing in the background which is making my I can hear it making noises, and I thought I had turned that down. Yep, it is. So I'm just gonna, it's Discord is making a noise and I need to quit it. So how do I quit Discord? Dun, dun, dun. No, not help. User settings, log out. Goodbye. Okay, there we are. Fixed. So I've started a world, and let me just double check that the stream is doing what I want it to do. Yes. So we've started a world which is based on what we call story time. And so this is an obvious way of looking directly at it. It's a story time world dedicated to telling, quite literally telling stories. This is the basic version. There is also a coded version available where you can use code to manipulate the stories yourself. And if we head over here to Storytime Sue and we right click, she's going to say, welcome to my Storytime world. You can become the wolf, plant seeds and fight a giant, or eat treats through the forest. Watch out for the witch. Choose a story to begin by selecting one of the buttons on the wall behind me. Think about how these stories would be different if you made just a few changes. So here's the thing. In that one message, we've done a number of things. The first is we've said, you can do these things. You can be the wolf. Kids are like, the wolf? What wolf? We have a question. Plant seeds? Why would they plant seeds, but to what end? And fight a giant? That's amazing. Or eat treats through the forest, but watch out for the witch. So we've already placed these things. There's things you can do, there's things you can be, there's things to look out for. And the kids are like, tell me more, tell me more. Great, so choose a story. And then we walk through and we have I'll come back to the mechanics of how we've made it in a second. Those are important. But for the moment, we have Hansel and Gretel, the three little pigs, Jack and the beanstalk. So what do we want to play first? We're going to do them all. So let's take them in order. So Hansel and Gretel. So when I press this button, I'm going to appear here. So I'm in a little house with some beds. And now let's think about this. That may be Dad's bed, and this is Hansel and Gretel's bed. They're bunk beds, right? We should probably light a fire. What do you think, Father? Oh, we can't. We're in survival mode. And note that we are in survival mode for this one. And then we can always go back to story time, which takes us back to the beginning if we think we made a mistake. But right now we're just going to go Hansel and Gretel, and then we're going to speak to Father. And Father is going to say, "You may play out in the forest today, children. However, due to coronavirus, I have seen some strange things today. Delicious cakes are appearing all over the forest floor. I know we are poor and hungry, but whatever you do, do not go looking for them and do not follow them into the woods." So this father clearly doesn't know that if you don't want your kids to do something, don't tell them not to do it. All right? So whatever you do, kids, do not go looking for the cakes in the forest and don't follow them into the woods. Well done, Pops. That's a one-way ticket to trouble, that is. So then what we're going to do is, and bearing in mind, remember, if we're dealing with young children for this and we right-click on them, we can also click on this little button down here, which brings up, and let me just see what that looks like. Yeah, you can see that. It brings up the Immersive Reader. And what that now does is we can press play.
You may play out in the forest today, children.
That's coming out.
However, I have seen some strange things today. Delicious cakes are appearing all over the forest floor.
Go up to our Immersive
I know we
Reader.
are poor and hungry, but whatever you do, do not go looking for them, and do not follow them into the woods.
Do not follow them into the woods. And when we do text preferences, we can space them out more, or we can space them in more. We can change the font. We can change the colour through which they read them. Whatever theme is better for the kids, and we can do more colours. We can, where are we? There. We can choose to highlight only the verbs. And so on. We can take away syllables. I've done syllables, but we can put syllables in there, and we can really, and then we can have reading preferences, one line focus at a time. So let's do that. Let's press play now.
You may play out in the forest today, children.
And we can see.
However, I have seen some strange things today. Delicious cakes.
The speed of that and so on. And so that's the Immersive Reader built in for our storytelling. But what we're going to do is, you can see it's actually getting nighttime out there. That's not good. So we're going to open the door and we're going to go through here. These are important, and you'll see here that we're actually hungry. What these do is they make us hungry. And so you can see that by the slightly off-coloured meat and the little thing that's going around this. And we're like, right-click on the cake to eat it. Each cake has several slices. Eventually you will stop being hungry. So right now, you'll see down on we're actually losing. So we've eaten half a cake. And that's all, but there's another one. Hang on. This is great. And we'll move on because there's another one. Ooh, there's another one. So I'll just make sure that I'm not hungry all the way. And then all the way up, there's another one. Let's see if I can make it to the other one and eat it, because there's 3. This is great. So this is our Hansel and Gretel story. If you're not familiar with Hansel and Gretel, they had to follow candy through a forest. It's a grim fairy tale. And, whoops. And the reason we're getting so hungry so fast is because we've programmed, now where's the next one? We've programmed oh, there he is. Thanks very much. We've programmed a piece of code, which you can do. It's not an outside piece of code, it's an internal piece of code. So let's see what we've got here. Ooh. Wee noise that it makes when you... Nice. And then we're going to keep going. Where's the next one? We've already been that way. Here we are. Look at this. There's a trail of them. This is lovely. Because we're poor and hungry, right? It's like grim fairy tales. Lower working class. Please, sir, may I have some more? Now, there we are. We seem to have beaten the hunger. We've eaten enough cake that we... But what's this? If we follow the trail, look at this. It's a candy house. Oh my goodness. If ever I was hungry, this would be the house I would want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside now. And we're inside. And there's a fire. Oh my goodness. Secret oven for cooking children. And we pull the lever and there's the oven. So it looks all innocent, but actually it's not. And then we're going to go upstairs for a wee something to eat. And a wee lie down. Oops, and there's a witch who's stuck. Oh no, we've been poisoned. So you can see our hearts are yellow. We've been poisoned. And so the idea now, and because we need to eat cake so that we get better. Because only when you're better do your hearts go back up. I'm going to have to beat her. Ah, is she going to come after us? I think she might come after us this time. No, she's stuck upstairs. That's good. That's a good thing. There's cake on the table. Thank you. Oh, we got caught again. I'm just going to go up. I have to go up and get her. I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm going to have to jump down now and eat more cake. Ah, I might die. No, 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 no. We're good. We're good. Ah. Oh, so we're going to respawn and we're back at the beginning. So let's do that again. But this time we know that we can head back out. I'll get her. Don't worry. I'll get her. Follow the cake. In fact, I know the shortcut. I know a shortcut to the witch's hovel. But you get the idea. The idea of this story was that we wanted to lead them through this story. We also encouraged the children to read while they're doing this. This is where I get lost in the woods. Because I'm sure I knew a shortcut and I didn't. That happened to me often enough as a kid. And so you get the idea. What we're doing is we're showing how linear stories like Grimm's fairy tales can be produced and created so that the kids get engaged and want to read. So let's just close this. Let's have another shot. Right, I'm back. Witches are notoriously hard to beat. I'm going to have to go down here and just get healed up a bit. If I could get her in the fire. Oh, she's downstairs. Right. Let's get her in the oven. Where is she? Yes, get in the oven. Get in the oven. Get in. Get in. Yes. Yes. And then shut the oven. Yes. Oh, she's still there. I don't believe she's still in the oven. She's not dying. Right, okay, like, that's it. I know what I'm doing. Third time lucky. I got really excited there. Like, I was just like... The number of times I've just had to, like, get rid of her without her jumping in the oven. That was brilliantly done. This is a tough witch. Right, let's head over to her house. Come on. Is this cruelty to witches? Are we allowed to broadcast this? Can we even accuse someone of being a witch anymore? Right. She'll still be stuck in the oven. Yes, how is she not burning? She's a real witch. Why? I don't understand how she's not burning. I could hear her screaming. Oh man, she's evil. I heard her laughing. Well, she's trapped in the oven anyway. You get the idea. So, I'm not going to make this stream about killing the witch. Although I did want to sing, "The witch is dead. The witch is dead. Ding dong. The witch is dead." I am enjoying this too much, Barry. Look at this. Look. Come on. Go on, do your worst, witch. How is she not dead? I've never seen that before. Oh man, right, I'm getting sick of this. I don't believe it. Anyway, you get the idea. I shut her in the oven. Normally she would die. I've never seen that before. How is she not? That might be a bug, actually. I'm gonna have to look at that. But anyway, so that takes us back to the beginning where we now have the 3 little pigs. So we can go back to story time, but we seem to have started in a cave, which I think makes us the wolf. So now we're going to head up and we're going to go along here, where we have little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. And the great idea about this is to get the kids to say this along with them. So again, if we press the I key while looking at this, we open up the Immersive Reader. Little pig, let me in.
W little pig, let me in. P no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin.
Can you guys hear
W
that?
then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
I just hope you can. I'm going to play it one more time.
W little pig, let me in. P no, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. W then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
That's fantastic. That is great. So let's escape that. And then over here, it's huff and puff and blow the house down. Now we have a button that they press, and this is what's going to happen. So we're just going to, and again with the kids, we would be going, you ready? And we do the big blow. And we do it again. And then we do it the third time. And the house disappears, and we can get in there and we can eat the pig. Gotcha. Little pig won. We got a little pig, and his house is gone. Nom 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 nom. So he shouldn't have made his house out of straw. And we discussed that with the kids because of course they're reading the book as they go along. And then what we do is we follow the path along and we come to a house made of wood. And we have our little thing, little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Try it, mate. So we do the uh-oh, everything but the door. And we are going to get, and he tries to run away. Sorry, little pig, but boom! Gotcha. And the sheep's moved in. Nice one. Okay, so that's that done. And then we're going to head on. Whoops, where does the path go? And we're going to head on to... There we are. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I will blow this brick house in. You ready? Okay, here goes. Uh-oh. But we can't. And so we're running out of oxygen and the screen's going all crazy because, hey, we actually can't blow the house down. Let's try again. And we're not able to. This is crazy. I feel really dizzy. So what else have we got? Let's have a look in the window. Is there any other way in? There's no other way in. This is crazy. Let's try over here. If you can't blow the house down, perhaps you can find another way in. There's a ladder, look. So we're going to go up the ladder. And there's a chimney. So we're going to go down the chimney. Yes! Uh-oh. Ah! And we burn. And that's what we get. This story is about karma. So respawn and we're back at the beginning. So far we've been able to tell the story of Hansel and Gretel and get the witch into the oven. Then we were able to tell the story of the three little pigs. But actually, now we've got Jack and the Beanstalk. Baramok says, such a brilliant and engaging way of narrating a story. Love it. A powerful mix of all sorts of elements. Absolutely. And we do this, we've got so many of these stories. These are just the 3 that we've published, but we've got so many. So in here, we have a book, and it's a letter for Jack. So we're going to read this letter. Dear Jack, I have gone visiting Little Red Riding Hood, another story we have, by the way. I have gone visiting Little Red Riding Hood to ask for firewood. Please take Daisy to the market and see what you can exchange her for. Behave and look after the house. All sorts of parenting red flags in there right away. But we live in different times. So we're going to put the letter back in there, and then we're going to come out, and there's old Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and we're going to take the lead. We're going to take Daisy by getting rid of this lead. So it says there, right click on the post to release Daisy and then use a lead to lead her. So we've got Daisy here, and we're going to lead Daisy. Come on. Come on. And we're going to lead her all the way over. That's it, Daisy. And we're going to come to this village trader, and he's going to say, I've no need of a cow. Thank you. Especially one so thin and hungry. Daisy, do you hear what he's saying about you? So then we're going to go to this village trader. I sell flowers. A cow would only eat my stock. No, thank you. Then we're going to go to this one. I sell anvils. What good is a cow to me? I sell books. No, thank you. Oh, a cow? I need one of those. Here, take these melon seeds, but not just ordinary melon seeds. They are magic. Attach Daisy to the post and take the seeds. Plant them in your little garden and a gold tree will grow and you'll be rich. So we're going to hold this down and we're going to attach Daisy. Then we're going to go in the chest and we're going to take the magic melon seeds because we are gullible. And then we're going to go all the way back to the house. Really excited. And we're going to plant the melon seeds so that in the morning, Mum can have some melon seeds. And when it comes here, we're going to say push the button once you have traded Daisy for the seeds. Now, in the code version, which is available for sale, it's like $1.95 on the Phygital Labs website. There's a piece of code that you enter, and this all works with code. But what we've done to make this easy for the free version, and because this is free, for the free version and the demo today, is we just press the button. So imagine this is our little garden, and this is where we're going to plant the seeds. And when we press the button, what's going to happen? Oh, the house gets crushed and a giant beanstalk appears. Dun, dun, dun. So now we're going to have to figure out what on earth is going on up in that beanstalk. So let's just see if we can get up there. I'm not sure how. What about here? So we're going to climb the beanstalk. Barry, what do you think of that? Have you ever wanted to climb the beanstalk? Well, now you can. This is magic, right? This is one of my favourite worlds to build. I love this stuff. So, whoops. After this, we are building train spotting because we thought that would be a great follow-up. Let me see what we're going to do next. We're almost at the top. Look how high we are now. Look, there's the tiny village down below. We've still got these melon seeds in a lead. I've no idea what's going on here, but we'll go all the way up to the top. God, we can see miles from. Look at this. And let's see if when we get to the top, we can maybe find. Uh-oh. There we are. It's a bit tricky, but we're finding our way. Oh, that's not the way. Is that the way? No, that's not the way. Must be up this way again. Basically around the stalk. Incidentally, these are melons that we're climbing, so just to look like vines. So he wasn't wrong when he said he was going to plant melon seeds and have lots of melons, but right, there we go. And we're almost up. What is this? So suddenly we're in a castle. Ooh, which is great. This is nice. And then there's a treasure chest. And when we go inside, we're going to... Oh, look at this. So we're going to take a sword and some armor. And we're going to take a bow and some fancy arrows. There we go. Arrows of slowness. And then let's just put our armor on. What am I doing? We're going to put our armor there, and we're going to put our armor there. Look at that. We're all fancy now, and we're going to have our bow in our hand, and then we're going to go and see Giant's Bane, Unbreaking, etc. And I can hear something. Uh-oh, there it is. There's the giant. Oh, ooh, the giant's coming after us. He is not happy. There he is. See if we can get out of here. Ah, I don't want to shoot him too close. Where is he? There he is. Run! See if we can get under him here. There we are. Ah, we got hit. Whoa, we got beaten by the giant. I don't believe it. So we'd respawn, and then we would head back and we would do it again. Where is he? There's my sword. Pick up the stuff. Sword, arrows, armor, and let's see if we can find him. There he is. Ah, we got him. The giant is dead. And then we've got all that gold at the top. So we got all that gold that we found earlier at the top. And so, hi Gokming, how are you? That's the third of our stories. We have a bunch of other stories that we haven't released yet. This is what we call book one. And it's available on the Phygital Labs website, phygitallabs.com. And you can check that out online. And in fact, let me just show you what that looks like. I'll go into here and I'll go phygitallabs.com, and then I'll open up there. So if you go to phygitallabs.com, and then you can go to lessons, and then from lessons you can choose either Storytime Code for $1.95, or you can choose Storytime Basic, which is free. My first orientation lesson is free. This is where you would find our Mathpocalypse for $4.95, our World War toy boxes and so on for $9.95, etc. I'm going to show you more of these. There's our art world and so on. I'm going to show you more of these. There's our Pompeii world, if anybody's interested, $9.95 for our Pompeii world. Get in there and check it out. This isn't about selling worlds. This is about showing you experiences. But if you then think, oh, I want to try those worlds, we do happen to sell them through both either Immersive Minds, but in particular Phygital Labs is our store. And so what I would like to do is finish the stream there. Actually, no, that's not true. I want to show you one thing, because some of you might be wondering, how did you do what you just did? Yeah? So let's do that again. Let's save and quit. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go and I'm going to basically get that world again. Let me just open it up and I'll get it again. And Storytime Basic World, there we are. I'll just download it. It's just like once I've got the access to the website, I just download it. Right, let's finish by showing you some of how we did what we did. Just a little bit, because I don't want to go too much into that, because we're going to do a whole piece about that later when we do command blocks and things. But we should be back at the beginning now with a whole new one. And what we've done is, we have created at the back, let me just, and then obviously game mode. We have created at the back of these a command block. A command block is that thing there. It kind of looks like that. And from a command block, we can put in a little command output. Teleport at P, that is TP for teleport. At P is the person who pressed the button to this location. That location being the beginning of our story. And so as a result, if we head up into the sky here, from our little beginning beach with our story time sign, we can, and I need to work out where the stories are. There we are. That yellow house over there, that's the first house. There's the stone. It's kind of hard to see, but if we zoom over there, that yellow house is the straw house. There's the wood house there, and there is the stone house. And then over there, here is the village. So there's Jack and the Beanstalk's house. There's the village where you sell the cow, and so on. But they're miles apart. And then where's the third one? That must be, where's the house? The witch's house. We must see a pink house somewhere. I can't remember where she is. Yep, she's over there. So it's kind of hard to see on the stream, I imagine, but that is the house that they're born in, spawned in, and then they go over, there she is, there's the pink house in the distance there. And so miles and miles and miles apart, but we can use teleport to bring our students to those places by getting them to press buttons. What we're then able to do is, once we've gone to one of these, let me show you what that looks like. I'll show you the three little pigs. Pop. We go to the three little pigs. And we look at the code in here. There's our command block just hidden behind the button. And when we look at it, it says, fill this location to this location with air, i.e. blow the house down. Let me just take that, I pressed something, there we are. And so, when I press the button, it fills that with air as if I've just blown it down. It's as simple as that. We can also do the same here. Where's the command block for this? Fill this location to this location with air. That would be this location to this location here, so that that whole box gets blown away when we press the button. Pop. Real simple. And when we head to this one, of course, we weren't allowed to do that because it had a problem. So what if I press the button, you'll see that we get dizzy. And then we can't really orientate and look in the window because it's all ooh. And if we go to there, that's because this one says effect at player with nausea for 10 seconds once. That's it. Give nausea power 1 to Stephen Reed for 10 seconds. That's how that works. Yeah. And then the only other thing, apart from the command blocks, was things like this. I want my, if I just knock the door down, don't worry, I'm not the wolf. This needed to be chained up. This needed to be too deep for me to get out of. I needed a ladder to be able to get up. So we're thinking of the mechanics all the time. Now that we have the narrative, what's the mechanics? So when we fall in here, plop, it's too deep to get out of. And even if we landed here, there's no way out. So we've got no choice. We're a trapped wolf in a pig's fire. So there we are. Sheep's come to see if everything's all right. It's like the sheep police. And so that's just a little idea of how we created this. And we've got lots more stories to come. This is just book one. We have Little Red Riding Hood. And all sorts. And so, yeah, this is story time. Check it out at fidgetallabs.com. Please go on over there and give them your support. Download the free versions. Have a look at a few of our paid worlds, and just enjoy, because we work hard to build relevant, meaningful, engaging Minecraft worlds that are made up of 3 key ingredients: environment, structures, mechanics, narrative, that genuinely bring learning to life in schools. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I will see you in 5 hours. Bye, everyone.